let's just look at the view. Utokshi is showing up as the view. Okay, here we pin ourselves. Let's give it a minute. Okay, where's my YouTube? It's just about starting up. Why is it so slow? Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, today there was no internet in the house for the longest time. So if we are able to have this webinar, well and good. Otherwise, I shall post the recording. Let me hope that there is recording happening. I think I shut off the recording. Okay, we are recording. And we are also live streaming. Yes, we are. Wonderful. All set we are. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and lots of love to all of you. And we begin our today's webinar, and the topic being the pretenses we make. The pretenses we make. And we make so many pretenses. So many pretenses in a day, in every aspect of our lives. You know, we are not showing our true selves. I start off with myself. See this face? This is such a beautiful pretense. This is a pretense. And I took so much time to get ready and to pretend and to put on some blue eyeliner or something, which is a pretense. It is not the real me. It is not who I look like on a daily basis. So the pretenses that we make, and we start with the makeup itself. And today, the makeup industry, the beauty industry has taken off to another level. Why? Because each of us are so afraid to look at ourselves in the eye as we are. We are so afraid, we are so filled with fear at the new wrinkles that are coming up, the new skin, which is not as good as the old skin. You know, this new skin that we are getting now is not as nice and shiny as the old one used to be. The hair is a different color. And so every single day we look at, especially like, I point the fingers all to myself, because I say, right here, there was this time when I was told to shave my head off. And shaving the head, I had to work a lot on myself, because, what would people think and what would they say and all of that. And then I had to come down to looking at myself and saying, I am beautiful. And then when the tonsured head was finished and now I had to start growing my hair back, there was yet another layer of not being able to look into the self to say, oh my God, now I have so many white hair and everybody is going to be able to see my white hair and my gray hair and the salt and pepper. And what are they going to think about this now? And so to work on that as well, so afraid we each of us are to look into the mirror and to look at the new us every day, because we are changing every day. Ourselves are changing every day. We are changing every day. But we like to keep the pretenses going just so that we feel good about ourselves. We feel good about ourselves as to how we were, not how we are today, but as to how we were. Every single day, as many of you know my stories of putting on weight and how money has made me put on weight and put on weight and put on weight over the last 3-4 years. And then from where I used to be size extra small to today where I fit into size large, I don't like the look of size large. And so there are these pretenses, I will buy clothes accordingly. I will not like my skin to show with where the fat is showing too much. Pretenses we make. All of these, myself included, that's why I say the work on us is each day, every day. And we don't even realize makeup has become a part of our lives. We don't realize that the makeup is actually simply a pretense. It is a pretense to hide something. And so many times when people say, but you color your hair, why do you color your hair? I said, yeah, I worked on myself. I worked on myself when I had zero hair. I worked on myself to to confirm my beauty, to validate my own beauty to myself, I worked on myself to say, I am beautiful no matter what. With every 5 kilos of weight gain, I had to work on myself to say, I am beautiful no matter what. And so today, when I hear these compliments, when I come over here and I hear these compliments, you're looking so pretty, you look so beautiful, you do this. I understand that this is only the work that I have done on myself that is getting reflected back through you. It is the work that I have done on myself to affirm, to validate to myself that irrespective of how I look, I shine. Irrespective of how I look, I am beautiful. Irrespective of what the face looks like, I am awesome. And so when that validation is sitting with me so deep that then it becomes the only mirror that I will be able to see from the outside, the only mirror. I can look at myself and still say, oh my God, now again I have to go one size up. But as soon as I say that to myself, within about, a day, if not immediately, but within about a day, money will be like, here, ये देखो ये क्या क्या judgment लेके बैठी हुई हो towards the body. So accept yourself. And now, when I've accepted myself, I color my hair any color. Sometimes it is red, sometimes it is orange, sometimes it's like people are like, how can you even roam around with this hair? But I can, because now all of this is only for fun. It is only for fun. It is not to hide from anything. Many of you see me, when I'm out there with you on trips and everything, there's no layers and layers or whatever, but the joy is still shining through. The joy is still shining through. So the first step of, from which space are you doing your makeup? Today, it's gone to such a level that when the layers of makeup come off, it is difficult sometimes to recognize the person. If you are one of those people who wants to hide behind those layers and layers of makeup, then please take a look at what you are fearing. You are only fearing looking at your own self in the eye. And why are you fearing that? Because you don't like what you see. You don't like your own self. If you don't like yourself, what do you expect people will do to you? What do you expect people will say to you? How do you think an outside mirror is going to react to you when your own eyes are not able to appreciate who you are in this moment? And so to be able to start with that first pretense that is a part of life for everyone, it is so funny because I still laugh, each time. So for example, when I got married, I got married in the US. There was no beautician, nothing. But I did this 5 minutes of makeup and I was ready to walk out as the bride. Even today, when sometimes people will see me 5 minutes before the webinar, and then 5 minutes later, they'll be like, how the hell do you manage to turn around so quickly? Because I know the 2 or 3 things that I need to do. And I do those 2 or 3 things and I'm happy with myself. But all of that stuff is not happening now that I need to hide something. I cannot show my real face to people. No, it happens in masti. It wasn't always so. It was not always so. Well, makeup, okay, God's been very, very kind to me. But in terms of the hair, in terms of the weight, it wasn't always so that I was happy and I was just doing everything in masti. No, no. When the weight was going up, I was not in masti. I had to work on myself every single day. And when I say I work on myself every single day, what is that work all about? It is simply to remind myself of my awesomeness. I am awesome. I tell you the same lines. I work with the same lines. As a matter of fact, each time, if I'm telling you to do something, you can be rest assured I would have repeated that process, done that process at least a couple hundred times. And I know it works. And that is why, when guidance has come to me to suggest a tool, that is why I go forward and suggest a tool to you all with the same purpose, so that you might also be able to leave your judgments of the self behind. So anyway, so moving forward from there, The other place is that we make pretenses every step of the way. So many times at work, we don't like something. At work, we don't like our colleagues or we don't like our bosses. And we are constantly sitting over there with a smile pasted on our face. A smile, a completely fake smile. And then we move along with whatever we need to do. But there is that fake smile that accompanies us. That fake smile comes from what place? It says to you, you cannot be your true self. If I am to reveal my true self, I don't like this person, but if I reveal that I don't like this person, I am going to be in trouble. I'm going to be judged. They are not going to like me, and I need to be liked by them. If you're looking to be liked by people, and for that reason, you are being extra nice, making those pretenses to be extra nice to people just so that they will like you, just so that you will fit in. There's a group of people and you don't fit in, and you now want to be extra nice to them just so that they will take you in as one of their own. You wish to fit in. Now take a look over here. What are you coming from? What place are you coming from? You again and again, this is all the pretenses are going to keep pointing towards the self-love only, but just telling you how. So when you think that they will not like you, you are judging that they will not like you. When they are not going to like you, who has made that creation, that thought? Who has created that thought already? Have they decided yet? No, they haven't. But who has already decided that they will not like you? It is you that has decided. So this thought has been created in your mind space. From which frequency? They will not like you because you don't like parts of yourself. Those parts of yourself that you do not like, you wish to hide. You wish to hide, you wish that people won't see that. And so maybe you're an introvert and now you need to be with a group of extroverts, and then you're going to hide your introvertedness just so that somebody else on the outside will like you. In the first place, who has to like their own introvertedness? You do. You have to accept it in every situation. So, whatever property of yours, whatever characteristic of yours, you are hiding. You are making a pretense and you are hiding whatever property that be. That property is actually not about them, that they will like you or not. It is something that you haven't fully accepted about yourself. The boss will not like if I talk to him like that, or at home, or my husband will not like if I talk to him like that, or if I show him my real feelings, or if I talk to him about my real feelings. He is not going to understand. He is not going to like. You've already decided what their response is going to be, and then you come from that energy. When you already decide that somebody is not going to like you, you're coming from a very nervous energy already. And that nervous energy about not liking yourself, about not loving yourself, is now going to get reflected right back at you from those others as well. It's never about them. It is always only about you. No matter no matter what you feel, so many times you will keep this space as empty. You're feeling hate, you're feeling anger, and yet you make this pretense of just a flat face without any expressions. You have mastered the art of pretending, of hiding. However, how wonderful it is when we begin to understand energy, that no matter what your face looks like, your face is 1%, actually not even 1%, 0.2%, 0.2% of the rest of your body. And the whole body itself is only 1% of who you are. You're not the body. You're not just that one emotion, but you are that entire energy. And in that energy, whatever it is that you're carrying in this moment is being transmitted. That is your transmission in this moment. You've tuned into the channel of hate, then hate is your channel that is being transmitted right now. And outside, the responses will come as per your energy and not as per the pretense that you have going on your face. Why? Because yes, your face speaks very nicely and says, oh, you're such a friendly person and everything. But the hate that you're carrying, that 99% hate that is right now being transmitted, it'll come back to you. It'll be reflected back at you pretty much in the same proportions. You will receive some nice feedback or whatever for some time maybe, but then your energy is being received by them, and they will automatically come from that space of not liking you, but only because you didn't like yourself in the first place. So all of these pretenses that we are making to fit in with somebody, to not hurt somebody. We make so many pretenses because we don't want to hurt the other person. Because if the other person is going to get hurt, what are we going to feel? We are going to feel guilty. The work over here is on releasing the guilt, as to what they are going to feel. They are going to feel as per their energy field. As per their energy field, they have given you a role. Whatever you do, you are the nicest person, you are this, you are that. But if they have given you a role that you show them the hurt that they hold, then no matter what you do, you can be the nicest person. However, no matter what you do, they are going to experience hurt through you. That string, that role does not lie with us. We can only watch as we deliver whatever they have chosen in their energies. What we can do is totally clear our energy of guilt or whatever it is, the judgments that we are feeling on ourselves as we play. We are constantly playing roles for others. We are playing roles. We play the role as a mother, as a colleague, as a boss, as a sister, brother. How many roles that we play for different people in our lives. And in each of those roles, if you take a look at very, very closely, if you look at it, you will find pretenses happening each of those places, largely because you think that the truth will hurt somebody. If you were to speak the truth to your brother, to your sister, it is going to hurt them. So it is better to speak a white lie. Firstly, as I've also talked about this, there is nothing called the truth or the lie. Each person has their own version of the truth. Each person has their own version of the lie. What I think about somebody is only my judgment towards them. And that judgment comes from my energy field, my past experiences, not necessarily my past experiences with them, but my past experiences. Over the 1 million lives that I have lived, those experiences are what define how I will judge someone. On the other hand, if somebody else is judging that same person, they might find it totally to be a different judgment. Why? Because that's their truth coming from their separate energy field and through their experiences that they have gone through. So many times we find people abrasive. Oh, this one is so harsh, this one is so abrasive. And then we talk to others, and the others are not finding that. But we are feeling the hurt. Well, it is our energy field of hurt that is making us go through that experience with that person. Our role to them, our role that we've handed over to them is to make us experience the hurt that we are holding within. So whenever we are making pretenses of, okay, I should not be hurting them, I should not be doing that, simply look within. What will happen if you were to speak the truth? Oh, they would get hurt. When they would get hurt, what would I feel? We know that all roads lead to this particular question in Rome. And so this is the question. When somebody would get hurt, when I would speak the truth, what would they feel? When I would hurt them, when I would hurt them, they are feeling the hurt. What am I feeling? And so from that space, we begin to clear our energy field. And that's all that we focus on. Whether we hurt them through something that we say today, something that we do tomorrow, it's their hurt that has come to be experienced. Can we change it for them? No, but as we play the role, even to hurt them, we know this is going to hurt them. As we play the role is being played by the body, the 1% that is delivering. In the energies, we can change our emotion to unconditional love. That fine, this is the role that you have given to me. I play this role, and while I play this role, I send you my unconditional love. This is your journey. May your journey be over with ease and grace. And that is how we can change the frequency with which we are giving them hurt. Somebody wants to speak. Yeah, Anita, you have a question? No? Okay, all right. So, the pretenses that we make. Then we move on to okay. I was thinking there is some stuff on chat, so maybe I want to address the chat, but no. Thank you for all the nice compliments on the chat. But here we go. The pretenses we make. Half of the times that we are trying to prove to the world our worth. And so the pretenses we make. Do we need such a big house? Maybe, maybe not. Do we need such a big car? Maybe, maybe not. Do we need such expensive clothes? Do we need such expensive jewelry? Maybe, maybe not. Take a look, from what place are you buying all of that stuff? When we are going for a very big house and we don't need that big house, where are we going towards that big house from? No, I need to show to my friends because all my friends have better homes than I do. If you are coming from this place, you are coming from the place of not appreciating your own self, again, from a lack of self-love. Lack of self-love. We will keep going towards this because every pretense that you make to the world at large to show who you are, not just in terms of who you are in your social status, in position, but even who you are as a person. So many times we want to pretend to the world that we are completely at ease, we are such a calmness is considered a good property, and bursting into anger is not considered a good property. So you want to show to the world that you are a calm person, and so what do? You keep suppressing. You keep suppressing your anger and keep showing to the world this outer face that, oh, you are feeling so calm, you're so peaceful, you're so well put together. And then what is happening in your energy? Each of these suppressed emotions is sitting over there. And can it sit over there? No, it is actually being transmitted. It is being transmitted. And so if you are sitting with so much of suppressed anger, you can be rest assured that more and more people are going to make you angry. For how long will you hold on to that anger, not let it come out? And that's what we see with many people who are holding on to suppressed emotions. When it comes out in a burst. So when it comes out in a burst, what is it showing to us? Simply that these emotions are suppressed. These are already in the energies. When many people come to do my program, the 30-day program, and they'll say, I never used to get angry before, but now I'm getting so angry. Ever since I started to do your program, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm getting so angry. All the anger that you've suppressed over the years, as what you consider it's the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. So all the anger that you've suppressed over the years is now coming up for true release, not for a suppressed state, but for a true release. And how do we truly release anything? By witnessing it, by being able to observe it. When people come to me and say, how do I control my anger? This is not about controlling. If you try to control your anger, it'll give you a suppressed emotion. And you, from that space, are going to keep holding it in your energy field. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay there, and it's going to keep you experiencing more and more of the same. And so, how do we observe it? When anger comes up, We look at the anger and we recognize it is just a frequency. It is our frequency. No matter what comes up, if fear comes up, even when people come to my program, sometimes they think that we have to suppress the fear. And from suppression of the fearless will emerge. Oh, I'm feeling fearful. No, 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 it's okay. I don't have to look at this. Money will take care of this. This is going to happen in my favor. It is going to happen in your favor, but it's already happening in your favor by showing you the fear that you hold. So the idea is not to turn an ostrich eye towards it, to say, no, 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 I'm done. I think, I don't need to worry about it because money will look after it. Money will look after it in his way. Doesn't mean that he will give you the outcome that you are looking for, because this too is money's way of showing you, take a look at your fears. You're suppressing these fears and they are just about bubbling up. The answer is not in saying no, 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 but in being able to look at fear and to acknowledge it, to accept it. Oh, it's just a frequency. This fear that I'm feeling, I must have tuned into the fear frequency today morning. Okay, so I'm now playing with all the thoughts from this fear frequency. And as you deal with your fears, the dealing meaning, you acknowledge and you accept and you allow, and then say, fear is a frequency, and so is fearlessness. And maybe in that moment, maybe 5 minutes later, maybe when that fear has fully experienced itself through you, it will be released. But but to witness it would not to be bury it under the carpet, would not to be push it away, but to see fear in the eye and call it a frequency, because that's what it is. That's all that it is. And so to be able to acknowledge and accept that frequency. Before joining MPFI, I had this belief that if someone is pretending to be nice to someone else and saying bad things behind their back, I used to feel that they are not trustworthy and I should be alert with them. Now I understand that I will experience them based on my own energy and they will reflect my energy. But sometimes this belief still creeps in. But then I release the lack of trust and fear as soon as I become aware. वही तो करना है और कुछ करना ही नहीं है. Because as soon as this belief comes, it is not that we are killing the belief, murdering the belief. We are simply, replacing one belief with another belief system. So when you used to believe that they are not trustworthy, what frequency of yours are you growing through that belief system? That somebody is not trustworthy. Oh, look at that. They're talking behind their back, but in front of them, they are nice. Now you are growing your mistrust frequency. Your mistrust frequency. What they are doing, you will actually get to see those parts of the story just because you already believe and there's so much of mistrust within you. And so as soon as you come to this, as soon as you come to this point of being able to observe, oh, I'm again playing in mistrust frequency. And what do you do now? You release your mistrust and you go back to being the trusting self that everyone here is experiencing this world as per their own energy field. As per their own energy field. Absolutely. So, absolutely. And to do the wholeness tool, yes, to accept both parts of you. And then again, going back to the word pretense, because each of us are so deeply entrenched in these pretenses, if you start to catch it, you will actually realize so many minute, tiniest of details where you have forgotten to love yourself. The tiniest of places where you are pretending to be something else, someone else, those are the places where you have forgotten to give unconditional love to yourself. You are not accepting all parts of yourself because you say, no, this part of me, this rude part of me is unacceptable to people. So I cannot be rude to people. You look and you have to look no further. When I say to people, I'm the rudest hostess, I'm the rudest, I'm the rudest, well, guru or guide or whatever, the rudest teacher. I give danda to everybody. And then, even as I'm doing all of that, I also remind each one that I am a pure pure mirror to you. You will receive danda from me if that is your space, which is space of non-love. कि नहीं हम तुमको डंडे के खा के ही सीखेंगे. So if that is the space कि तुमको डंडा खा के ही सीखना है, it's got not मेरे से मिल जाएगा, किसी और से शायद ना मिले, because you might be, talking to somebody and they might judge their own responses, and so they will not give you as per your energy. Are you still receiving from them? Absolutely. Not on the face of it, but you are very much receiving whatever you have chosen. So they will hurt you in other ways. I will hurt you on the face of it itself. I will kill you, hurt you, danda you, no matter, because I am a pure mirror. I have zero, you know, zero filters when I'm dealing with people. And yet, who is the work on constantly? The work is on myself. If I'm beating you up on something that you didn't do or something, and I start to feel the anger on my own self, that is the point where the trigger has now come within, and now the work is within to explore what am I feeling and what part have I not accepted? Where do I have expectations? All of these pretenses will also point you towards expectations that you think you are supposed to behave in a certain way, and expectations that you think the world should behave in a certain way. So when we have expectations even from the outer world as to how it should carry on, those expectations are going to be brought to naught, because the world is not going to move as per what I expect. The world is going to move as per my energy field. It's my energy field that is creating my universe for me at all times. So no matter where you are pretending, whether it's with yourself, that you can't look at yourself in the mirror and you have so many complaints about how you're looking, who you're looking, etc., etc. It's about self-love. When you cannot be truthful to somebody else, it is about self-love. And when you are judging yourself for being truthful to somebody else, then again, it's about your judgments as to what they will feel, and they will not like you if you spoke the truth. And again, kind of turns towards self-love itself. They will only like you if you like yourself. Simple story. For them to like you, it is not important as to what you do for them. It is whether you like yourself or not. And yes, you will do some things for people. This is how life moves. You have a role. You have a role of a mother to play. You'll be making lunch boxes every day and packing stuff. But where are you sitting when you do all of this? Are you trying to please somebody on the outside? Or are you at peace with who you are? Are you being truthful to yourself? Because the maximum lies that you say are not to other people. The maximum lies that you speak are to yourself. And the biggest lie that you speak to yourself is that you are just this body. You are just this body. Things are happening to you. What can you do? These are the lies that you speak to yourself. Why? Because you are Shiva. You are Shiva in action. You are the creator in action. So if you are just sitting in that sorry little victim state, that's a lie that you are speaking to yourself. That's a pretense that you have signed into. It was meant to be a pretense, a costume for some time, but now you've signed into it very deeply when you don't recognize the powerful you and you lie to yourself. You pretend to yourself as just being a small, tiny little nothing. Oh, I'm nothing. I can't influence anybody. There is nobody to influence. There is no one outside to do anything for. The only person that you are influencing is your own self. The only life that you are influencing, no matter how many lives you're helping around, if you are doing it from a place of guilt, That's all that you are creating. So even in that space, you are the powerful creator. At every junction of your life, every single day, every single place, you are the powerful creator. So if you are making this pretense around your own self, speaking this lie to your own self, stop it. Just stop it. Because it's a complete lie. It's a complete lie. You are the fabulous, amazing, magnificent creator. That's who you are. Okay, so that will be the subject of our meditation today. But in the meantime, let's read some of these. I noticed my tendency to pretend to be chatty and merry, to escape being quiet, and a deeper observation of my energies. Well, here it is. You're both. You are chatty and you are quiet, and you are escaping and you are confrontational. You are both. So simply look at the opposite side of it, because, oh, I should only be quiet or I should only be chatty. No. In places you are this, in places you are that. Oh my God. When I'm with people and I have, 5 days off, that any trip for that matter coming up, then I'm literally just preparing to be chatty. But normally, if you see me in a day, I'm busy doing my own things. Yes, in the evenings, I'll be, faffing around or something, something. But if you observe me during the day, I'm mostly very quiet. So I am this and I am that too. And I'm an acceptance of both parts of me. And sometimes it's nice to be chatty, and sometimes it is nice to be observant and, completely quiet and looking within. And both of the parts are me only. So not to be looking at and judging yourself to say, oh, I'm this and I do this and I want to escape. So escape. So on days you want to escape, and on days you want to confront, and you are both of them. And so simply coming to the acceptance of who you are. This sentence of yours or this line of yours, I notice that I'm this and I'm that. Both ways, it is sitting on judgments and non-acceptance of your own self. So what if you're chatty? Why is chatty bad? And why is, quiet and looking within the energies is so good? They're both simply just experiences. So enjoy the experience of being chatty. Enjoy the experience of being quiet without being in judgment of the self. Okay. All right, then. Here we are. Anybody has any questions, would like to share something? All good? Any sharings needed? Any sharings from anyone? Okay. Any questions? Any further questions about pretenses? The more we look into it, the every aspect of our life is filled with pretenses. So from this point, as much as you can, at least look where all you're pretending, with your children, your spouse, with your parents, with your brothers, sisters, friends, family, office, boss, wherever you're pretending, just see what is the inner space, what is the thought underneath that pretense that you are making. And simply you can continue to do what you're doing. If you've been lying to them for 100 years, go ahead and lie some more. The action, the truth or the lie is only simply some words or out of your mouth. The energy underneath that lie, the energy underneath that judgment, the energy underneath whatever you say to people, just simply observe those energies a little bit more deeper, a little bit more deeper, to be able to then recognize the fears or the judgments or the lack of self-love that is actually underneath so much of the pretenses that you make to hold yourself together in this society, in this world, whatever, in the midst of family, whatever you want to call it. So those are external things, and people will be like, so you want us to not be friends with anybody? Everybody will kind of, send us off. Nobody will be talking to me after this. If that is your fear, that when you speak the truth, nobody is going to be talking to you, then you can talk as much as you like and do whatever you want, but at least start to release this fear. Start to release this fear that nobody will like you, nobody will talk to you. Because as we said, nobody else has to like you. It is only between you and yourself that the like has to be loved. So the like has to turn to love, and that's all there is. All right, then. Let's begin with some meditation. Just take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I take energy from meaning. I take energy from meaning. I am meaning. And now, as with the webinar today, so now take a deep breath in and look at all the places where you can come up with some pretenses that you make. Some will stand very, very glaring at you. And wherever you find these pretenses, with whoever you are making these pretenses, in this moment, just make this intent as if you are shedding that pretense right now. And as you shed your pretense, oh, you are this kind of a person, that kind of a person, simply shedding that pretense. Shed. As if physically you can take off that mask from your face and shed. Take that mask off your face. Look at your face. Look at your face as is. As is. Whether it wants to frown, wants to be sad, just look at your face as is. When you take that pretense off your face. And now, take this mask, the face itself, take this mask off as well. Why? Because you are not this face. You are not this face. You are not this body. And so, physically, as if letting go of this mask of a face. And you will find underneath this beautiful, amazing light. This beautiful light that is coming from within you, that is you. This beautiful light, this white colored light, which was sitting in so many different colors. All those colors were your different faces, sometimes angry, sometimes sad, sometimes faced in a mask, covering your real emotions. But as you shed your face, your emotions, all that remains underneath is this beautiful white light. This light is you. This light is the real you. Look at yourself from top to bottom. You are this amazing white light that's transmitting everywhere this beautiful shine. Everywhere around. Everything around you is in a soft glow as a reflection from the light that is within you. Look around. Everything feels light. Everything feels past in your white light. This light that is you, the inner you, you're looking at that, devoid of all expressions, all pretenses, simply the energy that you are. And now look around at everyone that you're pretending to, no matter who you are pretending to, your children, your parents, your spouse. Look at all of them. Can you see right through them? Their masks are off too. Can you see their core is the same white light as you? There is no separation. They are the white light, and you are too. Only some masks, only some pretenses that stop you from recognizing who you are, who they are. And now, in this energy space, in the space of knowing that you are sitting right now, you can see everyone, the ones that you like, the ones that you don't like. You can see right through them as to the white light that they are. And now simply walk up to them. Whoever you have in mind, whatever comes to mind, simply walk up and merge with them. The white light is all that remains, and there is no separation between you or them. No separation at all. And all that is there in your mind space right now is this beautiful light, the light that is you. All else fades in this moment as just for a few moments you let go of all the masks that you were wearing. And more, as you become aware of every mask and the emotion underneath that mask, you can release it and come back to the space of white light. Each time that you judge somebody on the outside, and then you have to pretend, simply come back to this space of white light and drop a mask or two. And you will find yourself to be in oneness with those around you. The masks in separation, the oneness without the mask. May you find the way to less and less of pretenses to your own self. Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani. Okay, everyone. I have one last question, which Ruchi has asked, which she says, pretenses in others sometimes make us angry, contemptuous. So we also accept and allow pretenses in us and in other actors, right, me? Well, it makes you angry and contemptuous because you haven't accepted your own parts that are pretentious. So accept your own parts as pretentious, that you are indeed pretentious every single day. You are. And so, as you let go of your own judgments towards your own pretensions, there are no others. And automatically, their pretensions will no longer feel so hurtful. They will no longer make you angry because right now, you're angry at your own self for being pretentious. Accept, allow. You're pretentious and you're unpretentious. You're both sides of the coin. So why judge your pretentious self? You are everything that a role requires you to be. And so in some moments, you will be pretentious and you'll be chatty. And others will be allowed to do the same thing. when you have accepted your own pretentiousness. That's when you will be at peace with other people's pretentiousness as well. So there is no allowing other pretenses. There is simply accepting your own. Those people will be who they are going to be. What are you going to feel about it is where we are looking into. Okay, everybody. Lots and lots of love. Thank you. Lots of love, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Love.